Hidden features and hacks in pco.camware. Welcome to this special tutorial that is all about the hidden features and hacks in pco.camware that will help make your imaging much easier. Number 1. Hiding the display teaser in preview mode. To avoid confusion between preview and recording, the latest versions of pco.camware display a teaser in the preview window. If this bothers you when focusing or adjusting, you can hide this teaser by right-clicking in the preview window. Select Hide Teaser and it disappears for this session. Number 2. Zooming. A lot of settings can be adjusted not only in camera properties or the view window menu, but also with your mouse and the keyboard. Zooming in or out in the view window can be done with the following key combination. Press the plus or minus keys in the numeric keypad, or use the control key and your mouse wheel. Number 3. Navigation in a zoomed image. The navigation through the enlarged image can be done with the mouse wheel and the Shift button for left and right, or the caps lock key for up and down. Number 4. White balance. If you are using a color camera, the white balance can be changed easily by mouse as well. You only have to press the control key and the Shift button at the same time and select a white or gray area within the image by dragging a rectangle with the left mouse button. The pixel values within the coordinates of the selection rectangle are used for calculating a new white balance. Number 5. 8-bit conversion. The next hack is useful for a quick conversion of the minimum and maximum values from 16 or 12-bit respectively to the converted 8-bit display. Press the Shift and the left mouse button and draw a rubber band window. After releasing of the mouse button, the coordinates of the rubber band window act as a border for calculating the minimum and maximum values. The window will be used by the Auto Min-Max function to set the contrast of the image. Select Auto Range Peak or Crop to reset the contrast adjustments based on the ROI. Number 6. Region of interest. In the same manner, you can set up a new region of interest for the camera. Press the Control key and drag a rubber band window with the left mouse button. The coordinates of the selected rectangle are used for calculating a new region of interest, which will be adapted to the camera properties automatically. Number 7. Information about firmware. If you want to know which firmware and software versions are used in your application, do the following. Click on Status in Camera Properties, Expert. Now 3 dots appear. Once you click on the 3 dots, you get access to a lot of internal camera information, including the firmware version. Number 8. Camera control. In earlier versions of the pco.camware, all settings could be made in the camera control window. If you liked this previous user interface, they can still be activated. Just click on File, Options, Show Camera Control. Now this function can be found in the camera properties. Number 9. File conversion. We offer an important extension on our homepage. The pco.file conversion is a software package for converting various image formats such as 16-bit TIFF, PCO RAW, and B16 files taken with pco.camware into various other formats. You can access all functions by right-clicking on the file or by simply moving the mouse pointer over the file. In the same way, pco.file conversion displays pop-up information of the files, as well as a dialog with PCO file information. Number 10. Demo mode and limited scan process for cameras. Also with a camera connected, it is possible to start pco.camware in demo mode. To do so, press the D key and hold while starting pco.camware. Now the connected cameras are ignored. It is also possible to decide how many cameras should be found in CamWare. If 1, 2, or 3 is pressed in the starting process, pco.camware aborts the scan process according to the number you pressed. For example, if 4 cameras are connected and you only want 1, press 1. Shortcuts. Many tasks and features in pco.camware can be carried out using the following shortcuts. Number 11. Recording. Starting or stopping a recording can be controlled with the Enter button. Number 12. Exporting and saving. For exporting and saving files, there are a few shortcuts available. For exporting a file, export file, use Ctrl-T. For exporting a recorder sequence, press Ctrl-O. Saving a raw image is done with Ctrl-E. A raw recorder sequence can be done with Ctrl-S. Number 13. Auto-saving. If you want to do auto-saving with the help of your keyboard, select and configure Auto-Save in the Settings Overview section. Choose the preferred data format and select Save manually. Now you can use the buttons Alt-D. Under File, open AVI codec dialog. You can set the compression codec you want to use for exporting your sequence. All installed codecs are listed in this dialog. Number 14. Opening images. The opening of images can be done via the following shortcuts. A raw image can be opened with the combination Ctrl-I. For opening an entire sequence, press Ctrl-R. Number 15. Single snap during a recording. The Insert button saves an image during a recording. This eases the way to save an image, for example, when you're working on a microscope. After pressing this button, you can decide whether you want to export or save the image. You also need to decide where you want to put it and edit the name. When selecting Just Insert mode, which is automatically queried, images are saved completely automatic after hitting the Insert button. Number 16. Soft Trigger Mode. In case you have activated the Soft Trigger Mode, not only with the downwards pointing arrow, a signal for your image acquisition can be initiated. Pressing the spacebar sends this trigger signal too. Number 17. Scrolling through recorded images. You can use your keyboard to scroll through the images. Press the Page Up or Page Down key to step through a set of 10 images. Up or down arrow keys can be used for quick scrolling through the images. The advantage is a fluent video playback in the view window, forwards or backwards. Use position 1 or the N key to jump to the start or to the end of the recorder. These additional shortcuts also might be helpful. While the mouse is in the thumbnail area in the recorder, press Ctrl and the left mouse button to jump to the first image, or Control and the right mouse button to jump to the last image. The following tips are pro tips for individual cameras. Number 18. Fan control. Even with our very low vibration air fans, it is sometimes necessary to switch off the fan for a short moment. This can be done by clicking on Camera, Set Fan, and LED. Via the drop-down menu, it can be set to manual or auto. If you set to manual, you will be able to set the speed of the camera fan from 0 to 100%. Please monitor the temperature of your camera to avoid overheating. It will automatically restart the fan when a certain threshold temperature is reached. Number 19. Triggering without delay, PCO Edge 5.5. When operating in global shutter, there's an artificial delay prior to the exposure time, when the exposure time is smaller than the readout time. To overcome this, you can select an exposure time which is bigger than the frame readout time. For example, for the Edge 5.5 CLHS, it has to be longer than 10 milliseconds. You can now synchronize your light source with the same trigger pulse as the camera, as there is no delay in advance to the exposure start of the camera. Number 20. Low light mode or correlated multi-sampling, CMS. In the default high dynamic range configuration of our back illuminated scientific CMOS cameras, different analog gains are applied to the top and bottom readout chain to generate a 16-bit image. The back illuminated scientific CMOS cameras from PCO also offer a low light mode in pco.camware, in which both the high and low gain analog to digital converter are used as high gain only, optimized for low read noise. If you want to activate this low light mode, you need to change the conversion factor in the camera properties section. This leads to a significant improvement in the low light imaging properties of the camera. This feature is of interest, for example, for many low-light fluorescence microscopy imaging applications. Number 21. Color-coded image overlay. For monochrome cameras, pco.camware offers the possibility to overlay images taken under different illumination conditions and to separate the different images by color. Everything about this special feature is explained in the tutorial Color-Coded Image Overlay. Now with this, you know many very helpful tips and tricks in pco.camware.